Welcome back to my 12 days of Christmas. Today is day 2. We're going to talk about trees, how to display them, different ideas that you can use to put your tree in, different containers, things around your home that you can use to display your trees. I think that's going to be kind of fun. So let's get right into it. Let's take a look at the one that I have up right now in our dining room, and I'll show you what I have that one displayed in. Okay, so down here I have an old wooden trunk, chest, whatever you want to call it. I love it. I rarely use the inside because I'm constantly using it to put things on top of. So I just put our tree on top of that, and I think that that makes a really neat little tree stand. And this, believe it or not, is a pillow sham. That's all it is. It's made to look like a burlap, and I just brought that down from upstairs and tucked it in and around the tree, and it makes the perfect little tree skirt on top of the box without taking away from the box. And then I just put an old book that I'd made, and I think that kind of adds a little bit of color underneath of there. But you know, this is a great way to display your gifts if you want to put some gifts under this tree, because you can have some raised a little bit up on top, and as well as some, you know, down around the bottom of the box. So I think that's kind of a neat way to display your tree. Another little thing that I have here is this old bobsled. It's pretty old. I don't know how old, but the top was redone from old barn boards. That you can see it's got the old metal runners and the old chain, and it's something that I like to use for display different times throughout the season, whether it's Christmas or just a winter. I have used this for my tree before, so we're going to try to do this again. So just move that one aside, and we're going to put this one on here. And this is just a towel. It's a dish towel, and it's in nice, pretty Christmassy colors. So I am going to tuck that in and around, and that gives it a little bit of color. It just is another unique way to display your tree. Okay, moving right along, we've moved that bobsled out of the way. I'm going to put this in here. This is just a firkin. I have used this bucket before to display the tree, and I like this, especially if you want to put it into a smaller area. The firkins are a really nice idea because they fit neatly tucked into a little corner somewhere or something. You could also layer by putting, and I don't think that it needs anything on the inside of this. I think that it looks perfect just like this. You can't really see inside, so you wouldn't know. But if you wanted to have something on the inside, you could kind of tuck it in and then just kind of hang it out the side, just so you have a little bit of color hanging. Now you could always do that if you wanted to, just for some added color. You could also layer by putting this one on top of the trunk, and this kind of raises it a little bit, especially when you have a smaller tree like this. This is a little bit of a smaller tree. Let me get you in a little closer. This is a bit of a smaller tree, shorter. I shouldn't say smaller. It's shorter, so you can see I like the effect of the layered look, and it does bring the tree up a little higher. I like that. This is a basket that we have. I love this basket, and I love using this for the tree because I like that you can see, I've got an old primitive blanket in here. I like that you can see that. It adds color. I've got it draped over the side a little here. I like the fact that you can pack gifts in and around it. I like that. You can lean them up against the basket. It's just something unique and different. And I really enjoy unique ways to display your tree. If you do not have a basket like this, I have lots of others that I'm going to show you some other ways that you can display. This basket, believe it or not, I found at a tag sale, flea market type thing for $10. I love it. This holds the tree. I have done it this way before a couple of times. Like I said, I love this basket. I do have a throw just kind of tucked in and around that tree. You can, tuck in little gifts and things, whatever you want in there. And I just kind of draped that over on the side. You don't have to. You can certainly leave it all in and just enjoy the look of the basket. It's nice that way too. Okay, so I have a couple of other baskets here that I want to show you. This is another one that would be good. And you want to keep in mind when you're using whatever you're using to put your tree in, you want to make sure that there's a balance. You don't want a tree that's so huge that the bottom, whatever you're using to put it in, is lost because the tree has kind of swallowed it up, or that it's so big that the tree gets swallowed up. So you just want to kind of keep a balance there. So this is a natural colored basket that would be cute to use. And I also have a white basket. I have used this one for a smaller tree before in a little area. I actually use this one to keep my rug hooking in, but that would make a great little display for your tree as well. So keep in mind, you're really only limited to your imagination as far as, your floor display for your tree. You can use an old wash tub. We have used that so many times. And this old wash tub that I'm showing you here actually belonged to my in-laws. They had that for many, many years. My husband, I have pictures of my husband using it as a little pool when he was probably 2 years old out in his front yard. It not only looks really unique and different, but it holds meaning, and I love that idea. Here are a couple of other ideas that I have for displaying your tree. This is a little basket that I have sitting next to our refrigerator in a little corner with some barrels. I think that your tree would look really cute displayed in this basket, and I think it'll also look good in the barrel. Here's one barrel that you can see how it looks in there, and I have a smaller barrel here. Any one of these barrels or the basket is really a cute idea. And this is a tree in our bathroom. This little tree is just sitting in an old chamber pot. I just have it. The chamber pot normally sits underneath of the chair, and I just keep a spare roll of toilet paper in there, honestly. But I pulled it out from underneath of the chair and I just stuck a tree in it. It's just a cute way to display prim Christmas, in a corner in your home that you wouldn't otherwise think of or decorate. All right, you can see here, I have a whole display of things that you can use to display your trees. Now, I'm not talking just, your big Christmas tree. I'm talking about any tree that you have in your home that you'd like to display. Like right here, look at this one. This is a stein. It's just a pewter stein. And I have a little tree sitting in there. I mean, it's such a cute idea to display in a little stein. And you can put it up in with the rest of your pewter, and it just adds a little touch of Christmas. Another little firkin. This could be a great tabletop firkin. And you can see this is where we hide a lot of our granddaughter's doll things. I actually did not know that was in there, so surprise on me. Okay, so what we can do is we can put a little tree in there. It would actually be a lot lower. We have a lot of little doll clothes in there. But you know, this is another neat idea for your pantry. It would look great on your in your pantry, on top of your cabinets or cupboards or tabletop, wherever you want to display it, to give you that little prim look. Here you can see we have a little crock. I like to put a little feather tree in here and just display this in my pantry or on my countertop. Look at this idea for your pantry or your countertop, your baking cupboard. I mean, this is so cute. This is just an old sifter. I actually use this, but it's just an old sifter, and you can take a little feather tree or any other tree and just put it in here, and it gives you a good display. We also have an old crock here. Look at this. I mean, it makes a great place for a tree. I mean, there's so many neat, unique ideas. If you don't have a feather tree or you don't like the look of a feather tree, you can always add another tree, and it fills in around the inside so that it, gives it that full look. This one was a gift. Came with some flowers in it, I think. It says Merry Christmas. And I just stuck a little tiny tree in there. And to get the tree to stand up, I shoved a little bit of tissue paper, like the Christmas wrap tissue paper. And then I took some of these cute little ornaments that I made. They're made out of cinnamon applesauce. I just kind of touched those in and around so they kind of cover the outside a little bit, almost like a little tree skirt. You see that? Those little ornaments just kind of add to it.
Here's another crock idea for you. A nice little corner arrangement. I like this idea, and this is generally what I do each year with one of our little trees.
This is a couple pieces of pewter that I have, and I wanted to show you that you can add something like this together. I think this looks really cute together. You could also move that over here, put it into a porringer. I have some of these and they look cute, just kind of paired. You could add it in with your pewter collection or set it on a counter or on a tabletop. It looks really cute like that. Or you could put the tree in on its own and leave it like this. I think that's really cute as well. And this is a mortar and pestle that I have, and this is a great way to display your tree. So if I take this little feather tree and I set it in here, I can set this little display up just like this. And you can see that it's a pestle and mortar, but you can see it's very festive. So just a different idea to display this. You can set this up on your in your pantry, on your countertop, and I love this idea. I think this is so cute. Just another way to display your tree. I know I keep saying this, but I cannot tell you how much fun I had trying to figure out different ways to display a tree. There's so many unique ways. Look at this one. This is a butter mold. So I have this setting on my windowsill, and I thought, you know what? I could display a tree in this. I could display a tree on it or in it. I could just set it on my windowsill and just have the tree setting on it like this. I think that's cute. But you could also flip it over, put your tree inside, and set this next to it. And look at that. Just another way to display a tree in a very unique little container. I think that would look really cute in a little vignette as well. So let's move down on this end of the table. You can see here I have another firkin. This one is red. I don't have the top to this, but I love the color, the festive color of the red in this little firkin. He'd look cute out on a holiday table when you dress it up. You know, you want a lot of room for food. You don't want something really big to decorate your table or too tall because you want to see the person across from you. But you know what? You still want to keep it holiday looking and festive. So this, I think, would be perfect to set in the middle of your table, and you can set everything, display everything around it, and I think it would look really cute. This is a little arrangement I have on our table currently. Now, I have pine cones, some popcorn and berries strung, and different little things in here, just kind of thrown on here a little. But you could add a tree. I have a tree here. You could add a bigger tree, nestle down inside. I'd move everything out and, you know, kind of pile it around it. I think that would look really good too. But that is also a nice little centerpiece for your table. Now I'm going to reach across here and get this big box. Now I can put this little cloth in here and have it hanging out the side and add a tree. This tree is too little, so let's add a bigger tree. And there you have it, a cute little display for your table. You can add some pine cones or whatever else you want underneath of it. You can just tuck this in and just have the box itself. I think that looks really good too. Now upstairs in our guest room, I have an old trunk. I have displayed our tree in that bedroom many times. But this is just a little mini. So what I'm kind of representing here is the trunk, so that you can see a tree would look cute in here as well. So let's get a tree and we'll put it in. Look how cute that is in there. Just another neat idea. This one is small enough you could put it on a bedside table, or you could just set it on a table or on a cabinet somewhere. Neat idea. Neat way to display your primitive tree. Bowls are another way to display your tree. These, look at this. That looks so good on this table. These look good in your pantry, on your tabletop, on your counter, on a step back cupboard, on a Hoosier. There are so many places. So many places. I love this idea. More bowl ideas. This is a wooden bowl. I'm sure many of you have wooden bowls. Now you can add berries, pine cones, popcorn, anything you wanted inside of this. Little gingerbread men ornaments, anything you wanted. And I think this looks really good. You could even add extra greenery with a little bit of red intertwined in there. I think that would look really nice. Now this is a good size bowl. I'm gonna say it's probably a 10 or 12 inch bowl. So let's see what it looks like with a smaller bowl. I'll put a smaller bowl here, and we can put that tree in there. Although I think it's kind of dwarfed with that big of a tree. So what we're gonna do is we're going to put a smaller tree in there. And I think that fits a little bit better. This would be good if you had a couple of these on your table. You could put one here and just use it as the centerpiece to your holiday table. I think that would be a cute idea. You can fill it with different berries or pine cones or whatever you'd like inside there. I think that would be really festive. All right, let's move on to pails. This is an old pail, old galvanized pail. And that's what that would look like with the tree in it. I think that's a cute idea for a porch, maybe. You had a little porch or a bathroom, a washroom. You can't forget to decorate all those little areas of your home. It just nice to have those little areas have a little touch of green, have a little touch of the holidays. And you know, these aren't just for Christmas. You can display these all winter long. Here's a bigger pail, a bigger tree. You could display them as a group. Something a little bit different, but you know, it adds character, it adds uniqueness. You know, play around with where you're putting your tree and how you're displaying it. This is an old universal bread maker. I actually still use this because it makes really large batches of bread quite easily, and the bread comes out wonderful. If you'd like to see it in action, I do have it over on Mamie's Pantry on my other channel. So I'm going to use this as a display for a tree. I'm just going to take the top off. It's pretty deep, so I'm actually going to turn this upside down, put it down in there, and put this tree inside. And just like that, I have the cutest little display. This would work good in your pantry, on your tabletop, on top of your refrigerator. That's another spot some people overlook. But if you don't have a cabinet over the top of your refrigerator, I think this would look really cute up there. You can fill in the inside with pine cones or what have you. You could put, again, you could put a cloth down in here and just have it drape over the side if you wanted to as well. Just for added color. I think that would look good. But I kind of like it on its own. I just like the beauty of the antique. My husband bought this old butter churn quite a few years ago. I absolutely love it. We have never used it, although I'm sure you can because everything is inside. It's still in working condition. But I think I'm going to use it to display a tree. So let's take the lid off. You can see there's petals in here. So we're going to set the tree right down in there. And just like that, you have a display for your tree. I think the greenery sets it off. I love that look. Looks really good. We can add this little tree down here. And that would look really good on your refrigerator, on a beautiful prim cabinet. I have it on an old prim cupboard. So many fun ways to display your Christmas tree, or any tree. It doesn't just have to be your Christmas tree. Like I said, these trees can be displayed all through the winter. They're just nice little touches of green if you live in a place like I do that has a lot of snow. Now, let's talk tree skirts. There's different ideas for tree skirts too. You can use blankets, you can use burlap, you can use quilts, throws. There's two-sided throws. I have one in our bedroom that has like a Sherpa on one side and a buffalo check plaid on the other side, and I love the Sherpa look. I have one in our entryway that is just a very old blanket that belonged to my mother-in-law. It's just a pretty red and black and gold plaid. I love that and how it looks under that tree. It just gives that pop of red. There's so many different ideas for tree skirts. Like I said, you saw my dining room tree. It's just a pillow sham. It's just a pillow sham. I thought it looked really cute. It was small enough to fit under there without the bulk, and that works. Towels, little hand towels, or pieces of scrap fabric that you may have. Any little thing like that will work quite well for a tree skirt. And as far as displaying your tree, well, use your imagination. I have one more way to display a tree. And this is probably the most unique way that I found to display a tree. So let me show you what that one looks like.
This is a bed warmer that my husband and I purchased about 6 years ago on eBay. I thought, I could put a tree in this and add a little holiday flair to our bedroom. This was the most unique way I could find to display our tree. What do you think? There are so many different ways that you can display your trees. So many different ideas, and I know that there are more than what I shared with you here. And I have a few more here that I want to show to you at the end of this video. So if you keep watching to the end, I'll show you a few little pictures of just some little vignettes that I created using our trees around our home.